Tell me why it feels like you have unlocked something so otherworldly that like it's hard to explain. I've been trying to tap into this energy, and what I keep seeing today is like crows and symbols of death, but like not like that, but like endings, like endings. And what comes with the ending is always the beginning. When Ladybug lost her babies, my rescue horse lost her babies this year, immediately after there was new life. My puppy was born, who's over there on the other side of the house. I'm here in Ireland on my family farm. And so that happened, all this new life came in, new relationships, newness. And so that is the cycle of life. So what's happening here is like the end of the way that Earth was, like the end of the old paradigm, and the new Earth is like, like backing up, like shimmying up next to the old paradigm, and you're on that bridge. And you have tapped into something that's like, you can't go back from it. I'm trying to figure out like where I can squat without getting wet. And so you have found yourself in this like otherworldly bridge, and you're bridging right now. You're like holding the space for energy to like flow in and flow in and flow in. And that's maybe why it's been so confusing recently. And maybe it's felt a bit isolating and a bit odd. And like there's so many pattern disruptors where you're just like, holy shit, like left and right and left and right. Or it's like nothing's happening and you're like, well, when is something going to happen? Like, when's the money going to come? When's the love going to come? But this in between right now, this bridge right now is where you're meant to be. I keep tapping into that inevitable thing of what's going to happen on Earth, right? We experienced it a few years ago. We're most likely, what I feel to be true, we're going to experience it again in a different way, but more like in regards to like electricity going out and like, not to invoke any fear, because when you are in fear, you are controllable. But of course, something like that is bound to happen after what just happened. And so as the need for control gets stronger here on Earth, and like those powers, those service to self entities, those like Orion group service to self entities start getting stronger and stronger and stronger, those who are of your frequency are holding the bridge for the new energy to come through, for the light to come through. You do not beat this energy, there's service to self energy, you don't fight fire with fire. You fight this fire with love, right? If you want to be in the new Earth, you have to realize that the new Earth is inside of you. You have to realize that heaven on earth is already inside of you. It is an option. It is a choice. So when you shift to it fully, even through the illusions of lack and fear and worry and loneliness and isolation and all these things, when you start shifting to heaven on earth inside of you, everything else responds. And so you've been doing that. And it only takes a mustard seed, right? It only takes a mustard seed of faith to actually have miracles come into your life. And so if you can hold on to that for as long as you possibly can, like just visiting it once a day, reassuring your brain, rewiring your brain, like reframing is really the thing that I've really been drawn to recently. Waking up immediately and saying, what am I feeling? And noticing what I'm feeling, and then reframing it to what I want to be feeling, right? And so then shifting to the closest thing that I can to be heaven on earth, heaven within. This is like the most abundant, joyful, free life that I could ever possibly imagine. I am in exactly the right place in the right time. I have evidence everywhere that this is the best day of my entire life. You are the bridge by holding that space. For yourself, for others, for the money that you desire, the wealth that you desire, the freedom that you desire, the love that you desire. It's all available to you when you stand so strongly in the bridge between the two worlds right now. What you're doing is a very important role, right? Many of us who are here right now came here to help in the shift. The shift is happening. The shift is happening. It's going to be happening more and more and more and more. We're going to see it. It's like this spiritual war almost. But on your side, it's not a war. Because you don't feel the war. You get to choose not to feel the illusion of the war when you choose to have the heaven on earth inside of you. When you have the heaven on earth inside of you, you are a magnet for the money that you desire, the freedom that you desire. People are going to look at you and be like, how are they doing that? How are they having all these miracles happen for them? They blew up out of nowhere. Their thing took off. Their health looks amazing. They're like aging backwards. They look like they're from another planet. They're otherworldly. Like that's that otherworldly energy I was tapping into. like your DNA is being upgraded, like we talked about yesterday, where you are just becoming what you were meant to be. You're done hiding. You don't have to hide anymore. Like the world wasn't ready for you before, but now the world is. And you get to stand so tall in that and embrace that and just shock people. And the people who are shocked in the way, like, yeah, they'll cross the bridge with you. And those that don't, it's fine too. They're on their own journey of evolution. We all go back to the one infinite creator at the end of this. It's just an experience. It's just an experience of remembering the truth of who you are. It's not that deep. So I have been in the works of this live training, not live, of this training, this free training on the vocation, so your purpose of your wild wealth blueprint. So I've used your human design. I used to have a product that was like a much shorter version of this, but I love the combination. I used to sell it on Etsy as like a graphic that people would put on their wall. It was so fun. Like people would buy them for birthday presents. Some people bought them like for placemats for like a party, and it would be their guests' information. So they'd give me all their information. It's a lot of work on my end. That's why I stopped it. But I would combine all of them and give them a reading. So in the Wild Wealth Blueprint, we use astrocartography, astrology, human design, and gene keys to bring in a blueprint. And then there are activations in there to help you, activate everything that you discover to step into your, like, I want to call it business. I haven't thought of like a better word. Like, it's more your purpose, your mission, I'm trying to block the wind, of being here on earth. And so it's for entrepreneurs to be, creators, content creators, people who want to have impact in the world. And so the live training is on vocation. So it's part of your gene keys, and it tells you like your purpose on earth. So you move through the shadow and then into your purpose, which is your siddhi. So you go through your shadow to the gift to the siddhi. And so like for me, mine is 59. And so the shadow was like dishonesty, and then it goes into transparency, I think is the last step. And so for me, like my purpose here on earth is sharing what I love and what I've been through and what I'm going through and what I'm learning, and teaching what I learn and being of service to others in that way. So we go deep into that in the live training if you want to join there. I will probably send out the email tomorrow with the actual training, or the next day, but go ahead, sign up, send me your email. I have them all listed somewhere in my website space. If you want to join any of my 21-day programs, 21 Days to Wildly Wealthy, I would say is the most popular right now. It's the newest one, but it's like my newest discovery, my newest learn teach of the wealth wound and working through the wealth wound, and that the wealth wound is really the worthiness wound. And so healing that allows you to become a magnet for, like, there's no shame around money. A lot of people are like, it's not all about wealth. That's like, there's so much wounding in that. Of course it's not all about wealth, but in this reality that we're in right now, that idea, that concept of money is like one of the stepping stones to allow you to have that freedom. And it's not a bad thing. And wealth isn't just about money. It's about having a wealthy life. It's about having so much abundance everywhere. Like here, there's just like an abundance of space. There's 100 acres here where I get to just frolic with my animals. Like that is so abundant. And so it's about tapping into your abundance, the truth of who you are. So if you want to join that, I'll link it below. And I have all my other 21-day programs: Rewire Your Mind, Know Your Divine Guidance, Acne Free, which is also a new one, and Healed for Chronic Illness people, my spoonies. And I also have decondition. If you want to do decondition, just the library, the secret files, there are 11 meditations in that from decondition, my 12-week program, and then also some sound baths in there. So I'm gonna go get the doggies because they're so ready for a walk, and so am I. I got my wellies on because it is wet outside, but it's been so nice being here, and I'm just feeling very grateful. So grateful for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.